I used to believe that joy was something I had to wait for. I thought it would come when things finally worked out, when the money came, when the love arrived, when life looked the way I imagined it should. I lived as though joy were a reward, something earned after struggle, after time, after proof. But I see now I had it completely reversed. Joy is not the reward. Joy is the cause. So I began again, not by changing the world outside of me, but by turning inward. I closed my eyes and I asked myself a simple question. What would it feel like if my life were already beautiful? Not perfect, not flawless, just beautiful. And in that quiet moment, I felt something shift, a softness, a lightness, a subtle, almost forgotten warmth rising in my chest. That was the beginning. I realized that I had been looking at life as though I was separate from it, as though I were reacting to it, trying to control it, trying to survive it. But life is not happening to me. Life is happening through me. And when I understood that, everything changed. I am not here to chase joy. I am here to be joy. So I started small. I walked outside and felt the air on my skin, and instead of rushing, I let myself notice it. I listened to the quiet sounds I used to ignore. I allowed myself to smile for no reason at all. Not because anything had changed, but because I had. And in that shift, I discovered something powerful. Joy is not in the future. Joy is not in circumstances. Joy is in awareness. The more I became aware of life, of breath, of stillness, of simple moments, the more life seemed to open up to me. It was as if the world had been waiting for me to finally see it. And I realized I had been asleep. Not physically, but inwardly. I had been dreaming of a life that would make me happy, instead of waking up to the happiness already present within me. So I made a decision. I chose to wake up. I chose to feel. I chose to live. And in that choice, joy began to meet me everywhere. I no longer ask, how can I become happy? Instead, I ask, what would I feel if I already were? And then, I feel it, right here, right now. Not later, not when something changes. Now, I let the feeling rise within me, even if just for a moment, even if it feels small at first. I don't force it, I allow it. Because joy is not something I create through effort. It is something I allow through acceptance. There were days when it felt unnatural, days when my mind tried to pull me back into old patterns, worry, doubt, waiting. But I gently returned to the feeling, again and again, and something remarkable began to happen. Life started reflecting my inner state. Moments became richer, conversations became lighter, even ordinary things, like a cup of coffee, a quiet room, a passing breeze, began to feel meaningful, not because they changed a thought, but because I was present with them. I realized that joy is not loud. It is not always excitement or celebration. Sometimes joy is quiet. It is the peace of knowing that in this moment nothing is missing. It is the comfort of being fully here. It is the freedom of no longer needing life to be different. And from that place, life begins to change anyway, because what I feel within myself shapes what I experience around me. So I stopped chasing outcomes. I stopped trying to control every detail. Instead, I focused on my inner state. I asked myself, am I living from joy or am I waiting for it? And whenever I noticed I was waiting, I returned back to the feeling, back to presence, back to myself. Because the truth is simple. The version of me who is already joyful already exists. And every time I choose that feeling, I step into that version of myself. Not someday, now. And the more I practiced this, the more natural it became. Joy stopped being something I had to remember. It became something I lived from. I understand now that nothing outside of me holds the power to define my experience. Not circumstances, not people, not the past. I am the source, and when I accept that, I reclaim something I didn't even realize I had given away. My power to feel, to choose, to experience life as I desire. So I no longer look to the world for permission to feel good. I give it to myself, freely, fully, without condition. I wake up, and before I reach for anything outside of me, I pause. I feel my breath. I feel my body, and I choose. Today I live in joy, not because everything will go perfectly, but because I decide it will. And that decision shapes everything. Even challenges feel different. They no longer appear as obstacles, but as moments within a larger experience, one that I am creating from within. I move through life with a quiet confidence, not because I control everything, but because I know where my power truly lies. Within me, always within me. And the more I trust that, the more life responds. Opportunities appear, connections deepen, moments align in ways I cannot fully explain, but I no longer need to, because I understand the principle. As within, so without. So I nurture my inner world. I protect my peace. I return to joy again and again until it becomes my natural state. And from that state I live. Not someday, not when things are better. Now. I laugh more. I notice more. I appreciate more. And in doing so, life feels fuller, richer, more alive. I am no longer waiting for life to begin. I am living it. Fully, deeply, joyfully. And I realize now, this was always available to me, not hidden, not distant, just waiting for me to choose it. So I do. Every day, every moment, I choose joy, and life answers.